listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, if business growth is on your goals list for 2025, keep listening. We're going over the features and drawbacks of carrier types to help you fill out your portfolio. The pros and cons of working with regional and national carriers, written by Emily Ryan. There are hundreds of insurance carriers available for contracting across the country. But how do you make the right choice for your business and your clients? Understanding the ins and outs of a new carrier or product takes time, and it can be intimidating to take the time to understand and complete the contracting process. And we hear you. Time spent contracting and learning new plans is time you could have spent in the field making sales. National carriers may seem like an easy option. These carriers have reputable names, larger networks, and resources. However, today we want to address why partnering with regional carriers with strong local reputation and networks can also be worthwhile. Let's get into some pros and cons of each type to help you decide. We'll start out on the national side of the aisle. National carriers are large scale and may offer products in all or the majority of the 50 United States. They're the carriers with names you and your clients are likely to recognize, like Aetna, Cigna Healthcare, and Humana, to name just a few. Pros of working with these national carriers include that nationwide brand recognition. Often, national carriers have large provider networks because of their size. Working with a national carrier broadens your portfolio by helping you offer plans available in more areas and states. And larger service areas can also mean more individuals to market your services. Additionally, these large insurers typically provide agents with top-tier digital tools and business management platforms that simply aren't feasible for smaller operations. Brand name carriers may offer sales incentives depending on the product line, in addition to those turnkey marketing programs and materials. This could mean that on top of your base level MedSup or ancillary commissions, you could have access to more incentives. There are some downsides to working with such large national companies, and these do usually relate to size. For example, there may be long hold or wait times when calling into a support line or emailing a contact to the carrier. Additionally, because of the broad market areas, you may notice that their coverage and service is not as customized as other plans from smaller carriers. Also, due to the better name recognition of national carriers, they can be subject to more fraud and instability. Customers may experience potential scammers trying to say they're from the carrier and need important information or payment. Larger carriers are also subject to strict government regulations. Their sheer size can translate to increased oversight processes, as opposed to more nuanced regulation at the state and local level for regional carriers. Now, let's cross the aisle and talk about contracting with regional carriers. Regional carriers are smaller and typically offer coverage in a few counties or specific geographic areas. Some examples of more local carriers include Independence Blue Cross in eastern Pennsylvania, Baycare Plus in Florida, and Health First in New York. The pros of working with regional and local carriers also relates to their size. Smaller carriers can have a deeper understanding of the needs of the beneficiaries in their market, which allows them to create more specific plan designs. That allows them to tailor sales strategies for agents and build stronger and more loyal relationships. Brand recognition can happen at the local level.
It's more along the lines of the small town, small business vibe. But their strong community presence can lead to more marketing opportunities for you. You may also experience faster and more personal sales support from regional carriers, which can mean less time troubleshooting or fact-finding and more time out in the field selling. While regional carriers address the local niche, they can unfortunately be limited. These carriers may offer a smaller number of plans, and they're usually in a strict geographic area. Clients in these plans may also be limited to a small number of hospitals or provider networks. Because these carriers are not as wide-sweeping, they may be working with a smaller budget, and therefore have a smaller number of digital tools or agent resources available. Consider both the pros and the cons when choosing what carriers are right for you. And be sure to encourage your clients to weigh all of the carrier benefits and drawbacks when selecting what coverage is right for them. With pros and cons on both sides of the aisle, we recommend agents try to strike a good balance. A well-balanced portfolio is critical for agents to be able to meet the requirements of every client in your area. Every individual's needs are different, and some insurance plans can serve those needs better than others. With a variety of carriers available in your portfolio for clients to choose from, you're more likely to pinpoint a plan that addresses their needs. At Ritter Insurance Marketing, the FMO that powers this podcast, we believe that variety is the spice of life, and a portfolio with both national and regional carrier options is well suited to look after the unique health situations of every person. Where regional carriers might be lacking, national carriers may be able to fill those gaps and vice versa. Now, where do you go from here? Review your portfolio to ensure that you have a minimum of 1 to 2 national carrier options and at least 3 contracts with regional carriers. If you're not sure where to start with that reviewing process, we would be happy to help you. If you're overwhelmed by all of the options available, schedule a portfolio review with one of our Ritter sales team members and get their insight. I cannot recommend this enough. It will save you so much time because we have done the work for you. After your review, you'll receive something we call a smart sheet. It's a comprehensive list of carrier and plan recommendations tailored to your market. After identifying those carriers, contracting is simple using the Contract Now feature within the Ritter platform. You can fill your portfolio with a diverse selection of great plan options without the stress paperwork tends to bring. And even better, when you choose online contracting from Ritter's list of over 120 competitive carriers, you can lump multiple contracting requests together for quick and convenient batch completion. We'll have the link to reach out to our sales team to schedule that portfolio review in the episode notes. That's the first step in this process. And should you decide that you want to register with us or contract with a specific carrier, that's something our sales team can help you with down the road. But right now, it is a great time for a portfolio review. So reach out. Again, we would be happy to help you take a critical look at your portfolio and identify some next steps based on your goals. Thank you so much for listening to this installment of our Agent Survival Guide podcast. We will see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written by Emily Ryan, script proofing by Tina Lamoureux, recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel, podcast design by Urban Rivera. Follow along with our show wherever you like to listen. Rate and review our show on Apple or Spotify.